I'm an osteopath from Bishopstorf Osteopathy and Physiotherapy Practice, and I'd like to talk to you about some balance exercises which you can then combine with some proprioception exercises, in other words, joint sense. So, first of all, balance, and I've got a selection of different things you can use. You can use like what we call a Bosu, or a wobble cushion, or a wobble board, or even just a soft cushion that will make you balance. It's good to sort of challenge yourself. So I'm going to pick the Bosu just because that's the bigger one, so it's probably easier to show you. So we've talked about how to stand. So the idea is feet hip width apart, slightly soften the knees, weight in your bum. Nice deep breath in, drop your shoulders down, so that should feel nice and balanced. So before you start any exercise, get yourself into that mode. I will say beforehand, you don't have to get onto things. If you feel you're challenged enough just on the floor, that's fine as well. But I'm going to go on to the Bosu. So from there, I'm prepared my body and slightly lifted my sort of internal deep stabilising muscles, so my core, and I'm going to step onto the Bosu, so I'm just balanced. And I'm going to give myself a minute just to get balanced, to feel the same as I did on the ground. My left foot's under my left shoulder, my right foot's under my right shoulder, my knees are slightly soft, and my weight's down into my bottom. Nice deep breath in, and drop the shoulders down. Now, even just to hold that position is a good balance exercise. It amplifies any imbalances you may have. Obviously, as I'm talking, it's going to make me think a bit more. From there, you can either hold it there for up to, as long as you feel stable and comfortable. But if you can do that comfortably, I'd say for at least a minute, so 60 seconds, you're probably then okay to go on to try a few more different challenging exercises, which is where we start getting into proprioception. So you just challenge your body and you get more feedback. You can do that globally, so your whole body, and it's just scanning your whole body, or you can do it as an individual joint. So the first thing I'm going to suggest that we do is just to lower your weight a little bit further until you feel challenged enough to think, yep, that will do. Leave it there for a minute if you can, and then when you're ready, come out of it and maybe just go a little bit higher than you feel you need to. Leave it there for a few seconds, nice deep breath, just relax, it's almost mark it in your body, and again, go a little bit lower, so just challenge your body. And you can go up and down, I'd say up to five times, but really until you feel balanced and comfortable somewhere in between. From there, we can go forwards, so you can take my weight forward, and again, challenge myself, I need to centre myself, rebalance. I've just slightly taken my weight forward and come back to centre, and then I'm going to challenge myself to go backwards. Again, I'm talking to you, so I'm slightly distracted, but again, that just gives me a bit of time to re-stabilise, reconnect with my body and think, yep, I'm backwards of centre, and I'm going to come forward to the middle again. So you can do that several times, I'd say either 5 times forwards and backwards, or until you feel you're able to do that comfortably. Once you feel you can, just take a nice deep breath in, let your body settle, and sort of almost mark it in your brain to go, yep, that feels right, that will do for today. The next step we can do is to go left and right. So I can put more weight into my left side, so I drop down into my left side, I lift the weight off of my right, again, give myself a minute to rebalance, come back to centre, and when I feel ready, drop my weight down into my right. You can tell that's my slightly weaker side. So again, give myself a minute to rebalance, find where my body feels it's able to cope with. Again, deep breath in, and let it go. And come back to centre. Keep going, up to 5 times, until you feel you can comfortably do that with no problems. If those exercises are all quite good and you're quite happy with them, you can then start adding detail. So it's the same principle of all of those, but you're just adding another layer of complexity. So if I start with the lower and raising, I'd say think about different joints in your body now. So we can start, say, with the big toe. So I'm going to lower and really focus on my big toe. So my big toe is the one that I'm really relying on to control and think about. And when I'm ready, I'm going to come up little bit higher than I think I need to, but again, keep in touch with that big toe. What's it doing? Is it even left to right? And again, I'm going to go lower. You can think about the big toe several times, or then you can go onto the little toe. So think of the outside of the foot, and you can do that. Then you can go onto the ankle, so you can lower into the ankle. Think about that for a minute, and you can rise up. And again, think about the ankle. What's your ankle doing as you're doing this? Continue doing that for at least 5 times, or until you feel you're balanced. When you're ready, nice deep breath in. And just relax the body and almost let the body mark it. From there, we can go on to knees. So you lower down with the knees, hold it for 5 seconds, take a deep breath in, and come up. And come up a bit higher. And again, think about my knees. What are both my knees doing? And lower, and think about my knees. Again, do it 5 times, and repeat that. And then you can think about hips. So you can come into hips, and now, if you can actually start using your hands. It's always difficult lower down, but once you start coming to the body, if you're not sure, but think about your hips, your left hip, your right hip. Are they joining in? Are they lowering you down evenly? And then you can come a bit higher and think about your hips. Are they joining in? Even left and right. And again, lower a little bit. Go a bit lower if you can. Take a deep breath in, mark it, come up, go a bit higher. Think about it, take a deep breath in. So again, repeat it 5 times, and then we can go on to our waist. Slower, think about the waist. Am I even left to right? Keep my brain engaged with it. Who's doing most? Who's trying to kick in more? Come up, go a bit higher, think about my waist. Who's doing more? Who's trying to kick in? And repeat that again 5 times, or until you feel comfortable. Always have a nice deep breath in. And again, register with your body where you are. Then we can go on to the lower rib cage. You can go on to the upper rib cage. You can go on to shoulders, elbows, wrists, even into each fingers, jaw, and if you can, ears. You can do that forwards and backwards. So again, each joint going forward, thinking about the big toe, little toe, heel, knees, hips, and going up through the body. And you can think about going backwards, and again, connecting with each one. You can go onto the left side of each joint and the right side of each joint. And really, the world is your oyster. You can keep going, but it's just talking to your body, giving yourself that time to register with each part. For those that then want to go on to the next stage, I'd say rotation is the last one to try. That's the most challenging, especially on an uneven surface, and there's an awful lot of feedback your body needs to do. So when you rotate, you need to just, again, you think about it globally, you're just using your whole body, and then when you feel you're able to, individual joints, you can think of left side, right side. Again, the world is your oyster. I hope that gives you some ideas. As I say, it's a big area, and that's a quick summary, but that should give you something to be starting with. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Website is www.stortfordosteophysio. Email is admin@stortfordosteophysio. Thank you.